that indicates that you're receiving auditory signals from my side. That would be awesome.
We can hear you.
And likewise, if you can now see something visual, it should look like a little cute Maltese puppy on your screen, which is all of your rewards for hanging on patiently. Some of you for the last hour and a half, I see from here. So if you can see the screen, please say, yes, I can see the screen. If any of you are cat people, I'm sorry, and I'm sorry for you that you don't see the joy of having dogs. But that's great. So we're going to get started. Typically we would wait until right at 8 o'clock, which was a time given, but the webinar has been full for about the last more than half an hour. So we will actually just go ahead and get started here. And as you know, today is a very iconic webinar because this is a webinar where we're going to announce the coming of or the birth of / the launch of Options Domination, which has been quite a time in the making and also will radically change the scope of things that we have with DSD and also the market reach that we have with DSD. So it's going to be awesome. And we also have a couple other things on the agenda. So we're going to go over a couple of other things as well. If we get to the end, and just make sure that you remind me that, there were a couple other things as well that you want to talk about. So anyways, here is where we are. So unfortunately, because of our limitation on here, and because this is a new thing associated with options, we are not all able to get on, but we will get started, and hopefully here soon we'll be able to get Kevin and Roger on here as well, and Jason, who's actually owner of Options Domination, we'll be able to get him on here as well, and then things will be all good in the world. But the whole idea behind Options Domination and the webinar tonight is actually going to reinforce what we talked about when we started out with DS Domination, which is making sure that there is actually a legitimate way for the average user to generate an income without recruiting anybody or doing any of the typical online activities that people end up doing. So what we're going to begin with is the quintessential MLM dream, which everybody sold on, and most of the people actually lied about, which is the multiple streams of income. And the way you have seen this presented most of your life, unfortunately, goes something like this. Somebody comes up to you and says, hey, you need multiple streams of income, so what you need to do is join my healthcare company, and then join my weight loss company, and then join my skincare company, and then also join my online, 1-up, 2-up pyramid vacation system or whatever. Okay, I'll just say online something. And they say join all of these because you are then going to have multiple streams of income. And here is the unfortunate reality that all of these, while claiming to be separate things, are really the same exact thing, which is recruitment, okay? Which we know for two very simple reasons, majority of people will fail. And it is not because people don't work hard, and it is not because people don't have the right system, and it is not because people just don't understand it or whatever, they haven't studied enough. It's none of those things. The reason people fail at recruitment is very simple. There is a mathematical fact. Mathematical fact is that vast majority of the systems out there, in fact, every system out there up until this latest gimmick in it, and I say it's gimmicky because it's kind of weird when you first talk about it, they all rely on recruitment. You actually have to find people and put them in, and the majority of us are bad at it, and those of us who are even good at it, if you just took these so-called leaders and only collected 50,000 leaders and put them in a system like this, mathematically they're set up that only the top 5 to 10% can make money. Okay, that's just the way the system is set up. It's not necessarily an evil thing, but that's just the nature of it. The other problem is that human beings at a given point who are willing to pay you money to join a company like that are limited resources. So you're not going to have an infinite success doing this. So we came up with a very different idea behind this about 2.5 years ago almost. And the idea was something like this, that instead of relying on these things, which are all tied to recruitment, you would actually build your own real business, right? Everybody knows this. You start in e-commerce from dropshipping, and then you use that dropshipping to grow to multiple sources, and vendors start giving you money as well, which is cashback. And then you also go in and start expanding your places that you're selling things. And you also move into your own products, which is branded items, and selling your own products that you're sourcing from China and such. And then finally, you also have your affiliate income, okay, which is recruitment based. So there was only one section that was recruitment based. Now, there were a couple challenges with this, and like all real businesses, there are a couple challenges for everybody. It was a little bit harder for international people to do this in some cases, and not that you can't get it out, but it was just a little bit harder to get started with. And also that if you were a customer in the company, this is all you made money from. Okay, so your only way of making money was this. So you got going and you did really well on eBay and you made money over time, and it was awesome. But there's like a glass ceiling that many people would hit. They're like, oh, I can't get beyond this much level, which is unfortunate because some people are making extremely good money. So we kind of were brainstorming about it, and we were looking at all the things that we have done in our lives, which have resulted in income being generated outside of affiliate activity, outside of selling stuff. So we came upon the idea of getting into trading. I mean, a lot of people have made money trading before. A lot of people have also lost money trading before. So it seemed like something that if we could build a system and build some kind of a safety net for everybody that would allow them to generate profits from trading, that we might have something going for us. So we started looking into it, started testing it. Yeah, I traded a little bit before. I started trading for a long time, built a few things out about that. And here is what we ended up doing. Okay, so we ended up with a very cool little system, which actually we have done in our personal lives as well. You trade binary options in the beginning because they are very easy to do. And granted, there are a lot of pitfalls here, and we will actually go over some of that. And we were able to turn those pitfalls into something extremely beneficial for you guys, and you see how. And then we move from binary options to the second thing, which is true market trade, which is commodities and futures trading. Okay, so commodities and futures. Bigger lots, more money possible, some leverage possible, things like that. So it depends on exactly what you're doing, but we kind of broke in there and did very well with that as well. And then we finally looked into what are called wealth protection strategies, which is overseas investment accounts where you have minimal risk, actually as close as you can get to no risk in terms of the world. And I'll explain why that is. But you have decent return over there as well. So this is something that you would do in the end. And on top of this, one of our challenges was that there is one problem with DST, which is the only way that you make money within DS Domination right now is if you're an affiliate and you can recruit. So the challenge was to come up with a compensation system or a compensation plan across the whole company that would allow customers to generate an income as well, again, without recruitment. Okay. So customers should be able to generate income without recruitment. Affiliates should all obviously be rewarded for their work as well. So, we kind of came upon this, I don't know if you call it an epiphany or this really cool little idea of what's called the tri-matrix system. Okay? And I'll explain this in a little bit of detail later down the road. But this allows our members to essentially generate an income without recruitment, even when they're customers. Okay? So now we have finally come upon a system that altogether, that if we could integrate these together, okay, if we were able to connect this over here and here, then we have a very nice little thing going for us, because we can have a person starting with very little to no money, starts out over here, generates a little bit of income. Okay, so let's say roughly 500 a month in income, takes that 500 something income, expands their business with cashback and multiple vendors and multiple sources, and gets up to, let's say, 1,500 a month in profit. And I'm only giving you these numbers as an indicator. We have members doing way more than this. We have members doing less than this. But this is like kind of in our head what we thought would be like a too little threshold. So 1,500 to 2,500 a month. Then you get up to branded items where there are people making a whole lot of money, but let's say 5,000 a month. Okay? And then you could say, you know what, I can afford to advertise and stuff. You could get into affiliate. But instead, what you do is then you take some of this money, come over here and start doing binary options trades, which have incredible potential for some people. Without going into any specific numbers, more potential than, let's say, dropshipping would in many cases. But of course, it requires money to begin. Okay, that's why we have this whole system integrated together. So you do the binary option thing, you make some money over here. Let's say maybe you try and get up to a $10,000 level, okay, with everything combined. And then you say, oh, now I have enough money that I can actually have decent real traders trade for me in a cool setting, which we provide. And then you go over here and you let these traders manage your trades for you and provide trades for you, going to commodity and futures places. And if all goes well, then you can do somewhere from 15,000 to maybe 20,000. That's your aim that you're trying to get up to. And then you can finally put this money towards wealth strategies where you have overseas accounts which you can leave for your kids and stuff like that. So that was the idea. And we've tested it a lot over the last 6 months. I'm very, very happy to announce that we've actually been able to pull this off. This is kind of what we have seen flow out. Our testing has proven to work out just like this. And here is what that has come to be. It is options domination, and this is going to be the members area that you guys are going to see very soon. Okay, I'm going to try and explain exactly how all of this plays out. You will see 3 levels here. Okay, there's the home and foundational stuff, and then you have 3 levels: inheritance, enterprise, and legacy. Okay, now one thing that we were able to pull off here in comparison to DSD is that we are able to break this down into a very simple system. You're not going to have 5 to 7 different products to activate and manage and so on. You only have one subscription running at a given point in time. Okay, and the prices are $49.95 a month, $149.95 a month, and $399.95 a month. Okay, and you only have one of these active at a given point in time. Okay, you don't need all of them active. In fact, you can't have all of them active. You can only have one. Now, here's what we were able to pull off on the product side for you, okay, in terms of options trading. For those of you who are unfamiliar with binary options, it's a very, very simple system where if you have signals which basically tell you what to do, all you have to do is log into what's called your broker, okay, and there's a button there that says call and another button that says put, which basically means will the price of something go up in the future or will it go down in the future? Now, you already do something like this in dropshipping because you look at items and you decide, is it going to be worth more or worth less? Is it worth more than what I can buy it for? Yeah, I can. And so that's what you do. Okay, it's kind of like that in that regard. But all you're doing is you're looking at, let's say, a currency pair. Let's say you're looking at USD JPY, which is the US dollar in relation to the Japanese yen. And I had some jokes prepared right now if Kevin was on, since he's in Japan, but you can't do this now. So blame Kevin for that. But all you do is you try and predict in the next hour or in the next 15 minutes or even in the next 60 seconds, is the price of USD in relation to JPY going to be higher or lower? Okay, sorry about that. So all you have to do is you try and predict. If you think it'll be higher than the current price, then you say, oh, it's going to go up, okay, or call. And if you think it's going to be lower, then you just say put or down. And let's say you entered this trade for $100. Then depending on how long the trade is for and so on, then you would get anywhere from 70% to 85% in a profit payout if you're correct, which means if you're right on this particular trade, then you would receive, let's say, $170 back. Okay, so in a space of 5 minutes, or sometimes 2 or 3 minutes, sometimes 15 minutes, depending on the trade, you can actually get $70. Okay, so it's very, very cool if you can actually make it work. Of course, it's very difficult and you lose money if you don't know how to make it work. So the whole question is, how do you actually predict this? How do you figure this out? So there are 2 ways to go about it. One is you sit down on the computer and get a charting station and look at the charts all day long and try and analyze it. Or another way is that you can actually let somebody else do all of that hard work and give you a signal, and you just follow that signal. Okay, so I'm going to show you what that signal looks like. Okay, this is actually from our members area. This is exactly what you would see. So for example, at 18:06 on the 23rd of January, yesterday, you would have received the signal which would have said AUD USD is going to go up expiry time of 18:30, okay, which means 24 minutes later. And all you would do is go to your broker and you would say, oh, select expiry time 18:30 and select asset AUD USD and select the direction up. And that's it. That is literally all you would do. And you would match it up and make sure that it was at the target price or better. And that's honestly as simple as it is. I mean, when we talk about being copy-paste simple, this is literally as easy as it gets. So that's all you would do. You would go over, you would look at the trade, and you'd say, oh, look, AUD USD should be going up. Currently, it's 1806. Maybe we look at 1807, and you take the trade, and that's it. Okay, and you would see, results something like this. This is actually a pretty typical thing. I just took a screenshot of our results from 19th to the 23rd. You can see win, 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 lost, 1-1 lost, 1-1 lost, and so on. Okay, so these signals are basically the crux of what options domination is about. That you can come in here and basically just copy over trades, and that's all you need to do. You can be done in roughly 30 seconds. That's all your work is, and you can move on. Okay. Now, obviously, a very critical question is going to be, how do we know that our stuff works? How do we know that it's actually going to continue to work properly? And what can we do to make sure that you guys don't end up losing money? That's actually one of the things that took the longest amount of time, because binary options world, since it holds the potential for quick income like this, it is obviously rife with a lot of scams and so on. So we did a lot of research. We have talked with a lot of brokers. We have negotiated a lot of deals, spent well into hundreds of thousands of dollars working all of this out for you guys. And so here's what we've been able to essentially make happen for you. Okay. When you first create an account with a broker, you obviously have to deposit some funds. Okay, you have to deposit some funds to make sure that you can actually trade, right? You need money that you can trade with. And the cool thing about binary options is that you don't need to spend a lot of money. You don't need tens of thousands of dollars to get into trading like you need in Forex or some of the other strategies out there. So what you could do, for example, this is a pure example. Let's say you went in here and you said, I only have $1,000 that I can afford to trade with. Okay. So you put your $1,000 in the broker through options domination. Here's what we've negotiated for you. First of all, you would immediately get 7 risk-free trades of $50 each. That means you can actually go in here, take a trade, and if you lose it, the $50 gets put back in your account. Okay. If you win the trade, okay, let's say it's an 80% payout, and you get a $40 profit. That $40 profit gets added to your account. Okay. There is absolutely no restriction. You might have seen some people talk about risk-free trades occasionally if you've been in this industry, but there are these conditions attached to it. It's a condition like, oh, if you lose the $50, then you have to trade for the next year and a half and sell your soul to us to get that $50 back. So it's not really risk-free. This is truly risk-free. Okay, this is actually risk-free. I'll explain why we're able to make that happen. But on top of that, in your options domination account, you will actually put $200 in cash back right into your account as well. Okay, so you immediately get $200, plus you get 7 risk-free trades that are truly risk-free, which is worth minimum of $350, but it could be worth more. If you won all 7 of your trades, you would have made $280 in profit on top of that. Okay, so again, I'm trying to clarify that this is actually truly exquisitely risk-free for you guys. Okay, now on top of that, there is the option. If you want to continue trading and you're like, oh, this was cool, I want to keep doing this, I don't really care if I lose something, then you also have the restricted risk-free trades on top of this, which is you could go in and take a trade for $50 and you would get 5 of those trades as well. So 5x $50. You could go and take this trade. If you win the trade, you get to keep the money. If you lose the trade, then you have to trade a certain amount of volume to get that money back. Okay. Now, this is optional, not required, but let's say you were to take this option. Right here already, you have about $600 worth back to you. I mean, it's pretty much instant. You already have most of your money back. Actually, it's even more than that, depending on if you win most of your trades instead of losing them, which if you're following our signals, you typically will. And that's the other very neat thing. So what we've been able to do is we've been able to divide this into technical trades, where we have a very advanced software that was built with a lot of labor by some Indian guy. I can't pronounce his name, but sounds like high tech. But that's what we call it, technical trades. No, we don't. But it's a cool coincidence. But these technical trades are basically based on movements of charts and stuff like that. And we are able to achieve as high on some days as a 78% win rate on them. But majority of the time, if you look at it across the board over the long thing, then you're looking at roughly between 68 to 70% success rate, if that. Now, it sounds low, Okay, it sounds low. And there are people out there who claim, oh, we have a 90% win rate. Well, no, you don't. Here's why. If I have a 68% win rate, shoot, if I have a 60% win rate with an 80% payout, and you will notice that all of our technical trades are actually more than 15 minutes, okay, at least minimum 10 minutes. So they are typically 80% payouts. If I have 80% payout and I have a 60% win rate, and this is just pure mathematical facts, and I do that over 1,000 trades, you will have, I mean, you can literally create millions of dollars doing that. Okay, and that's mathematical. I'm not saying that you will. I'm not promising anything like that. And obviously, this is our past performance. It does not necessarily guarantee that in the future we will consistently have this high win rate. But if all things remain as they are, in general, just like with DST, if the pattern of people buying on eBay and buying from Amazon, things like that, stays as it is, or in the general same, is same in the nature in the future, then that's what you can do when it comes to mathematically what is possible. Now, obviously, you have to be very cautious about it because there is the risk of losing your money, but that is why we offset all of that for you with this. Now, on top of this, though, okay, this is one cool little way of giving you a safety net, but on top of this, you have one more safety net in Options Domination, which is the Options Domination Matrix, okay, which is a tri-matrix system. And since you're an active DST member, you guys get to get in on this Options Domination tri-matrix and do something really awesome, okay? You actually get to get a position higher up in the matrix since you're all being imported in. And this higher position in the matrix allows you to generate an income from the entire company. Okay, now, at this point, there have been about 100,000, a little over 100,000 accounts that have been created in DS Domination. Okay, so it's a pretty nice achievement. But in Options Domination, that means that's how many potential people we begin with. Okay, and since you are all DS Domination members, you can earn just as a customer without actually referring anybody whatsoever. And I'm saying this is in bonus money on top of your e-commerce stuff, on top of your trading, if that's successful. You can earn up to $900 per month from your matrices, okay? And if you actually have referred one user, if you're an affiliate in addition to that, then this cap gets removed. I'll explain, if you guys are interested in why we have this cap, I'll explain the cap later as well. But you can earn as much as about $12,600 in a month from the matrix, okay? And again, that is not based on recruitment efforts, and this is not based on a spillover from a matrix in the normal sense either. Okay? And I'll explain this in detail in a few minutes when we get to the compensation plan. But keep in mind that on top of this, we have this matrix income, which is also not reliant on recruitment. Okay, so here's what happens in the beginning. This is what we begin with, and we have all of our technical trades. But then we also have what we call market trades, where we actually have real market analysts who are sitting over there, who are actually looking at the market, and they're taking trades purely based on the news that is happening in the market. And these market trades are much more reliable because they're actually based on real news that's happening. We call them correction trades usually. And in this case, we have as much as 75% across the board, and on some days, depending on if you're really accurate about it, 85% plus success rate as well. Okay, so these trades are unlocked for you in the enterprise level. Okay, so when you get to enterprise, we actually start giving you these. We actually assign people who will be taking trades or be looking at market, and our analysts themselves, and they actually just issue these signals to your account. Okay, so it's even better. And then finally, at the legacy level, which is the highest level, you get market trades, you're getting technical trades, and then you also get some very unique trades, which are all insider trades, if you will, but they're not really insider. It's based on longer-term information that we have about things, and those trades are typically end-of-the-day trades. They're not a few minutes, not 15 or 20 minutes, but they're end-of-the-day trades, and they will, sometimes even go as much as end of the week and end of the month. Okay, that's kind of rare. But you get access to those in legacy as well. The other very neat thing you get, though, is that you get access to all the commodity stuff and so on and so forth, like a little bit that I explained before. And we'll go back into that if you guys are too interested, and I'll talk about that a little bit. Right now, I know that most of you are interested in what happens for DST members here, okay? So, first of all, for DST members, you guys are the only ones who can currently go over here and activate your accounts, okay? You will be the only ones who will be able to do this starting on Monday, Okay, the leaders that we have in DS domination that we've spoken with, they'll get access starting tonight, and then everybody else in DS domination will have access starting Monday. You'll be able to go over here and you'll be able to activate your accounts depending on whichever level you want to be on. Okay. Now, when you activate your account, immediately you get to solidify your position in the matrix, and you see over here it shows you when the next matrix compression is going to happen. It's not going to be 27th of January. It's going to be on the 1st of February, midnight. Okay. So you get to get this position in here, and then the compensation plan for options domination is going to start kicking in. Okay? And I'm going to show you guys exactly how that goes. Okay, so everybody in the company gets placed in a 3x7 matrix. Okay, well actually 3-width matrix, and everybody gets paid on the people below them and their 3x7 matrix. Okay, so let's say that you're one of the people who joined DS domination way back in the beginning, way back in August of 2013. You created your account in here, and we import you in here, and you're going to be one of the top people, you're the higher up people in the company. And let's say this is you. Okay, so this is you. Okay, and now as more people come in the company, as we import more people in here, like I said, we start off with nearly 100,000 accounts that we're going to import. Okay, all of this starts getting filled up, right? Now, even if you've just been with DS domination for a long time and you've never recruited anybody, that's totally fine. Anybody who is in your matrix, which is right here for A, you get paid on, okay? And you get paid $1 per month per person. Okay, so in this case, A would make $3 here, right? But here's the problem, and I'm sure everybody can see this immediately. In this particular setup that I'm showing you, which is like a zoomed-in version of the whole matrix as a company, you have 13 people here, right? And 9 of the 13 people are going to mathematically be forced to make $0, right? Because there's nobody below them. And that's what happens in all matrices and in all companies, that people at the bottom who are far more than the few people at top cannot make money. And it's just the mathematical reality of it. You can't get past it. So the way that we fix this in options domination is while M1, which is our first matrix, is running, we also flip this entire thing into a second matrix that exists at the same time. This is not like at the end of the month, we're going to create a second matrix. At the same time, there's an M2 where it's going to be in the exact opposite order. Okay? You're going to have D, E, and F starting out on top, and then A, B, C bottom below them, and so on and so forth. So this M2 is going to have F up here, and it's going to have E here, D here, C here, and then A and B here. Okay, so now in this case, you see suddenly that F is making money, E is making money, D and C are still not making any money. But A and possibly B already made some money up here. Now, again, the mathematical reality that as I told you about before, there are far more people at bottom than top. One flip is not enough. So then we create a third matrix that also exists at the same time. And in this case, F gets paid $1 per person in his matrix, minimum. Okay, so he gets paid $5 here. And then M3 exists to find people who have not made anything from matrix 1 and matrix 2 yet, which in our case we find is D. He has not made anything at all. And C, who has not made anything at all. So we take D and C, and the next matrix begins with D on top, C over here, E and F, and so on. Now, if you don't understand all of this because you have no background in MLMs and matrices and stuff like that, that is totally fine. Okay, I don't even want you to really pay that much attention to it then. All you need to know about is that you're going to wake up one day to a fun little bonus, and you're going to log into your options domination account, and it's going to actually show you some pending balance over here, or it's going to show you some estimated income over there without you knowing why you have that. Okay, and you just have that because we have created this very unique system that runs simultaneously and allows everybody in the company, all the customers of the company, not affiliates, all the customers of the company, to actually benefit from it. Okay. Now, obviously, if you're an affiliate, there's a pretty cool side to this as well. If you're an affiliate, then you get paid like you did in DSD. You refer a person and you get paid on 5 levels D, but you also get paid matching bonuses on your customers. Okay, so if I referred Roger into this system and Roger generated a few $1,000s from his matrix, then I would end up actually receiving a pretty substantial bonus because a customer of mine just made good money, which I think is really neat that you're tying the success of the affiliate with the success of their customers. Okay? Now, right here, when you look at it first, you're like, oh, but that's just 6 people. What does that mean? Keep in mind what I said. We have 100,000 people that we are beginning with, okay, and a whole lot more that are going to be coming in here just from what we know of this industry as a whole. When we go live with this whole thing, there are going to be a ton of customers, lots of customers who are going to have full matrices. Okay, this M1 is going to be full for them. Likewise, a lot of people will be at the bottom of M1 will have full M2s, and a lot of people will have full M3s. And like I said, these people are going to generate anywhere from $3,000 to $12,600 from having a full matrix, okay, from not having recruited anybody. So if you're an affiliate and you referred one of these customers, let's say you referred A and he has a full matrix and makes $7,000 or $10,000 or whatever, you actually get a 25% matching bonus. So you refer somebody, a customer in here, who ends up making $10,000 a month for the matrix, you make $2,500 of that. Okay? And if they referred somebody else and they did anything, you get 10% on that, and then you get 5% on that, and then 3% and 2%. Okay? So that's the matching bonus. All right, so this is just for the affiliates. This is just for the people who want to refer other people and for people who are in DS domination right now who have already referred members. So here is what naturally should happen. There's going to be people right now in DSD, which we know are substantial, who have already been doing these things and already have been making money. Okay? They are going to naturally want to at least see what this whole thing is about, and they're going to try out these things. Okay? They have no interest in recruitment whatsoever. But they will also be making bonus money from the matrix side. Now, you are an affiliate who referred these people to DS domination way back. And just because you did that way back, when we import them into options domination, they are still credited to you. You are still the affiliate who referred them way back. Okay? So now, suddenly, all these people, you start making money for having referred them, even though you didn't actually refer them to options, simply by existing. Okay, which I think is a really nice way of a company to say, hey, thanks for working hard, and thanks for being loyal, and thanks for actually promoting something that focused on a true business sense instead of just an affiliate system, okay, instead of just like a recruitment scheme or something. So we will end up with a lot of members in here who will take advantage of this risk-free system, allows them to get into trading, allows them to generate some profits, and guess what, if you get in here and you take the risk-free trades and you are like, this thing is not for me, I don't like it, or I can't figure out what's going on here, you can take the money back out and you're done. You have absolutely no risk. That's exactly what risk-free means. Okay? And that's what this whole naming sense is here as well. Inheritance refers to when you begin and you're really counting more on what you're going to receive from us. So you're going to receive these new accounts from DSD, you're going to get these risk-free trades, you're going to get this cash back from us and all that stuff. You get the signals from us. Enterprise refers to when you're actually building your business. You will actually get the indicators yourself. You will get training yourself. If you want to do it yourself, you can. You'll get to work directly with some traders. You have trading sessions that you're on directly with traders where you see exactly what they're doing, why they're doing. Kind of like the webinars that you get on with Roger or for pro and elite webinars to see why he's doing what he's doing and what's his logic behind trying to do something. But sometimes it's not logic. Sometimes it's his gut feeling. And then his gut tells him to eat more donuts, and that's what he earns. But the point being, here you set up your own business, that's enterprise. Then finally, legacy is what you leave behind for your family and kids. You set up something for them that will, be a safety net for them. And that's what you do in legacy. You're going to set up these wealth protection accounts and have assets, basically, in many cases, overseas accounts. And again, this is not like, oh, I read a book once about how you can do this. The Schiff recommended it once, or this Goldman Sachs investor. That's not what this is. We actually have upwards of 7 figures that we have invested into these things to test them out. Okay? And Jason, who is the owner of the company, Jason Rose, who is the owner of VST as well, just likes to keep in the shadows, but he's the guy that you typically call when you have billing issues and so on. The reason we're able to set up all these safety nets and things like that is because, as you can imagine, all of these brokers are going, oh, work with us, because they know they're going to get tens of thousands of traders working with them, right? That's how brokers make money. And Jason basically says, well, okay, I will, but instead of paying us commissions for that, we want you to give our members these risk-free trades and things like that. Okay, so that is kind of the heart and the kind of thinking that goes into companies like this. And since Jason is the owner of the company, he also was okay with saying, you know what, let's have a compensation system where there is no breakage at all. There is no breakage actually possible in the system. Every week there is a compression that happens. So anybody who is a free member or the billing has failed and stuff like that, they will get compressed out. So all the matrix positions are always filled with paid members, which makes sure that there is no breakage. The company doesn't put money in their pocket while claiming to pay out something. And the matching bonuses are guaranteed matching bonuses because every customer in the company actually makes something. So there are a lot of other companies that love to talk about matching. They're like, look, if you refer somebody to us and they make $100,000, we give you 10% of that. That's our matching bonus. Well, but hold on a second. They know that 99% of people are never going to make anything anyway, right? So why even offer a matching bonus? In this case, the matching bonus means something because every customer you refer, whether they ever recruit anybody or not, they are still going to make some money, okay? And we actually have a system in place, which is the roll-up commission thing, which makes sure that it happens, okay? And that's the fun part that I'm going to explain now. So you remember how I said, I hope somebody has noticed the contradiction so far that I've said. I've said two things. People can make this much money from the matrix, and I've also said that customers are capped to $900 a month from the matrix, right? So how do you resolve this contradiction? Here's what happens. The reason why we've put the cap of $900 on customers is two simple things. Legally, if you say to somebody, oh, you just pay me some money and our system will make sure that you can make a lot of money, okay, or you have the shot at making a lot of money, you get into problem with, one, the lottery commission, because the government is the monopoly of lotteries, and you also get in trouble with the SEC for selling unlicensed security, okay? So we have to put this restriction on to make sure that people don't get the idea that we are saying, join our company for the money you can make from the matrix. Okay, you're actually joining the company for the option side of things and the trading signals and the risky things and so on. I mean, you're basically paying $49.95 a month or up to $400 a month, and you're already in your very first month getting way more back immediately, right? So we know the true value is there. But what happens with this $900 limitation is something like this. Let's say you referred a person who made $4,500 in a month from the matrices. They are limited 900, right? So what happens? Minus 900, you are left with $3,600. Now, typically, you have a company owner that says, thank you very much, and puts the $3,600 in their pocket, right? Because the customer has a cap. Doesn't happen over here. What happens here instead is this $3,600, first of all, gets broken out into the 5 affiliates who referred this user. So if I referred Roger and Roger referred Kevin and Kevin referred Jason and then Jason had this particular thing happen to him where he made $4,500 from the matrix and he's a customer, what happens with $3,600 out of that is 30% rolls up to Kevin who referred Jason directly, right? So he gets $1,200, which is a pretty neat thing because here's what I just said. It's better for you to refer customers than it is for you to refer more affiliates. Okay, that's a very, very unique thing. No other company you will not find a company where they can say to you, if you refer more customers who never recruit anybody else, you're going to make more money than by referring more affiliates, okay? Because everything else is basically a recruitment chain. That's the only way possible to make money. Not so over here. Secondly, also, Roger and I will get 5% each, okay, which is $180 because we are the higher up in the parenthood of the people who referred them. But that still leaves, if you do the math, $1,800. What happens with this $1,800 is we go through the entire company and we look for who from matrix 1, 2, and 3 combined still has less than $10. We find those people and put the money in their accounts until they have minimum of $10. And that's why I said the minimum everybody in this company as a customer is going to make something. Okay, that might not be a whole lot of money, but for a lot of people, it's at least something. It's like, oh, this company is actually, instead of keeping their money in their pocket, offsetting our costs. So whether or not you got the entire complexity behind what's going on here, and this is one of the reasons why nobody else has pulled this off in the past, because it's a very complex thing, and it requires a type of company and a type of owner who says, I don't care as much about keeping the money in my pocket, I care more about making sure that everybody in the company is having some level of success. Okay? So you have both the matrix going for you, and you have all of this stuff going for you. And if you're an affiliate, then you have The matching bonus is going for you, the roll-up commission is going for you, and you also get the unit level commissions, just like you get in DST when you refer somebody, of 10% on level 1, 5% on level 2, 3%, 2%, 1%, and 0.5%. Okay, so for the affiliates who are interested in this information, here it is. I almost hesitate to sometimes cover it, but I have to because this is the first time I'm explaining this in detail. I don't like covering it so much because the people think, oh no, this is an affiliate scheme. And it is not. This is totally separate from the matrix side of it. Okay? So, we've explained the matrix side. We've talked a little bit about the option side. Those of you who have never, ever traded, don't even know about what binary options are, don't know what a broker is, anything like that, don't worry because we take you through everything. Just like when you joined DS Domination, if you didn't even know what eBay was, you know everything about eBay by the end, okay? Or at least as much as you need to know. You might not know everything about the company, but you know pretty close to everything that you need to be successful. And it's the same thing over here. By the time you're done with the foundational training, you will have pretty close to all the information you're going to need. You're going to have your account set up. You're going to have your trading thing ready to go. You're going to start getting signals. You will know exactly what to do with the signal. And I'm going to put this in more of e-commerce terms. Imagine if in DST we had a system which said, hey, go and select this product. It's currently priced this much. It's going to sell for this much on eBay. If you use this as the title, and just copy paste this information over. And you can imagine the level of success you have. And guess what? That is exactly what DS Domination does. And that is exactly why our members have so much success. And Options Domination is just going to accelerate it because that's the same idea and the concept behind this. And it's just a little bit faster. Okay, it's actually trading directly in the money instead of trading product for product and making something on top. But it is critical that you have all of these things running together because you're going to have days when you lose money in trading, but you have all these other things making up for it. And you're going to have days when you have a couple of refunds in your drop shipping and you have made a couple $1,000s in trading instead. But you're going to have days like that. We have days like that all the time still. So all of this works together. This is all a synergistic system, which is why you will then notice this cool little tab right here. And what this does is you're going to go here, click on this. It's going to explain to you what DS Domination is, how DS Domination works. All of you won't need that information, but you will be able to connect your Options Domination account with your DS Domination account. Okay? Now, for those of you who are affiliates, this is really neat and important because when you have this active and somebody joins Options Domination, okay, because there will be a lot of promotion around this and a lot of hype about this in the near future. There already is actually. When somebody joins Options Domination in your downline, in your entire genealogy somewhere, and they go through here, they understand, because we talk about this whole system with multiple streams of income and how they need e-commerce. When they go and actually check out DS Domination and join the DS Domination, they automatically get assigned to you in DS Domination because you are an active affiliate there as well. And vice versa. When somebody joins DS Domination, they're going to see the ability to grow their income in the future beyond just e-commerce side, and they will have the ability to actually go on the options side of things and be placed under you in options. So you will actually have truly multiple sources of income going on even as an affiliate. Okay? So I hope you can begin to see a little bit of why it has taken us some time to put all of this together, because there's been a lot of testing, a lot of hard work, a lot of deals, and a lot of negotiations going on. There are still more negotiations going on, actually, to make these available across multiple brokers. And we will let you know about that and what happens there. But that's kind of, in general, what Options Domination is about. And I'm going to give you guys a very quick schedule of what's going to happen now. Okay? So for all of you, from the 24th of from the Monday, 26th of January, to the 2nd of February, right? 1st of February midnight. Okay, so 1st February midnight. That's the time period where you will be able to go to Options Domination and activate your account. So you're going to get an email which is going to say you can go and now activate your Options Domination account. And that will allow you to see your positions in Options Domination's first matrix in M1 at a very high spot. All of those who are inactive in DS Domination right now, who have an account in DSD, have it imported. But if they're not active members of DS Domination, they will not be able to activate the account in options. In fact, they're going to get a little message. It's going to say, hey, you deactivated your account. Right now, only the active members in DS Domination have the ability to activate their accounts and options to grab a hold of the matrix. Okay, so let's say that you joined DS Domination day before yesterday, and somebody else joined DS Domination 6 months ago, but they are inactive now. You are active. You have basically until the 1st of February to become active in options. And on 1st of February, we have the first matrix compression, and all of the people who still don't have their position locked down get compressed to below you. So all of our active members from DST will be on top of the very first matrix, which naturally, basically, mathematically assures a certain level of income. Okay, just by the nature of this whole setup, assures a certain level of income for you guys. And that's basically how easy it is, and that's basically what our gift is to you guys. And that's kind of what the glamour has been about, making sure that happens. Okay, so does that make any sense? Is that clear to everybody? I know there's a whole lot of stuff that I just covered. And Stephen says, I'm in, take my money now. Stephen, I'm going to send you my PayPal account, and you can get it. It has to be done on the site. Otherwise, you don't get all of this fun stuff from Jason's side. Okay. Let me address a couple of things quick. Are you fixed on $1,000? No, you actually get various levels of benefits by depositing various levels of money. And remember, you depositing money doesn't mean that you're spending the money. Okay, I want to make this distinction very clear. Depositing money is basically you putting the money there available for you to trade in the future with. Okay, you can pull that money out as well. This is not you spending $1,000. This is you depositing $1,000 or whatever value you choose or whatever sum you choose. But there's a reason why Options Domination was not the first company, why DS Domination was the first company. It's because we don't believe that you should get into trading unless you actually have some funds available. Okay? So once again, I'm making the blanket statement. We all make the statement. You've heard Roger say this many times in the webinars. Kevin has said this on the webinars. We don't want you to spend money that you don't have. Okay? All the safety nets that we're putting in place and all the things that we're providing to you guys, they're not being done so that we can bamboozle you into spending money. We're trying to make sure that you have the additional opportunity to move up ahead, to move to the next few phases. Okay, that's what this is for. So if you can't afford $1,000, don't deposit $1,000. Okay. Now, like I said, though, you can also deposit less money. You can put, for example, $500 in. And really, if you're going to plan on putting in less than that, I suggest that you don't do that yet. Okay, because if it's less than $500, you don't have enough liquidity to really get into trading properly. Okay? And just don't recommend it. And we do actually teach you how in the beginning, the first 3 weeks at least, you should be trading on a demo account. So you get a hang of it, you understand how it works, you get used to the emotions of how the price fluctuates up and down and stuff like that. So we do cover all of that for you. But minimum, you should start with $500. And that's the point at which we still negotiate some pretty good deals for you. You still get some risk-free trades. You still get some cash back from us. You still get some risk-free trades and so on. And you can also go higher. I mean, if you, for example, go to the $5,000 range, I'm again not suggesting anybody should at this point, but if you go to the $5,000 range, if that's comfortable for you, then you would also be getting some loss insurance. Like in case you actually lost money trading in a month, you would get some of that money put back on your account. Same thing over here, you have risk-free trade. Again, you will have a very significant amount of risk-free trading available and even better cashback available and things like that. So we are able to negotiate some things for you over here. You're not locked down to $1,000 at all. This is simply the example that I use, which I think is a very decent example. That's kind of the range that I think a beginner trader should have before they get into trading. That's okay. That should sufficiently answer that. Okay, so what is the difference between inheritance, enterprise, and legacy? Okay, so in inheritance, you're just getting these technical trade signals, which are, pretty cool actually. It's not like a bad thing. But you get these inheritance technical signals on this level. You also get training on what we do, how we watch the charts and some basics about binary options in general, things like that. When you get to the enterprise level, you actually will be getting some indicators that allow you to trade yourself on your own time whenever you want. You will also get access to more signals, which are market trades, which have a higher success rate, and then end of day trades. So you don't actually have to sit at the computer all the time, because a lot of our market trades are going to be trades issued to you early in the morning, and you have all the way until the night before they actually are going to expire. So anytime you see the right amount at the right price level, you can enter that trade during the whole day. So it gives you a lot more flexibility. It gives you more ability there. And then on legacy, you get our very special trades, our highest quality trades. If you want to get those, they are not very common. I mean, very honest. You should expect them maybe once or twice a week. They're not super common at all, but they have very high success rates usually. So you can take those trades, but also in legacy, you also get introduced to wealth protection strategies for higher price points. So like if you have more amount of money, you have $10,000, $15,000, things like that, then what can you do with that? Where can you invest that? Where can you leave that sitting where it's safely generating a 9% or 10% per year return? Now, when I say 9 to 10% per year return, that is remarkably higher than anything you can expect most of the time. And I'm not talking about putting that money in mutual stocks or in the stock market or anything like that. I'm actually referring to putting that in a fixed deposit account. And you could earn a 9% return. Things, that's actually what you're doing right now. This is not made up stuff. This is not a hypothetical. This is exactly what we're doing right now. I'm actually going to share some of the results from that here in the end, which is very exciting. And enterprise is also about commodity trading. You actually get the ability, which is being worked out right now, but in the future, enterprise and legacy will also give you the ability to join a private hedge fund kind of situation where you will be able to get profits from the trading that is being done on our accounts by our traders that we've hired for very high levels. And you can do that without putting in too much money. Typically the kind of things that are only available to very wealthy investors would not be barred from you. Things like that. That's some of the things that will happen. Think of it like Genesis. In Genesis, what we kind of showed you is, here is something that up until now only big corporations could do. They could design a product, source a product, bring it in large shipments, and sell it on Walmart and stuff like that. That was restricted to large corporations. It was very profitable, but only they could pull it off because of the back road involved and things like that. We kind of showed you how to do it very cheaply instead. You could actually get started and go sell it. I mean, it still costs money. It's like $1,000 to $1,500, but it's nothing like what typically companies have to spend. It's the same idea over here. Things that typically you need a couple $1 million to be able to do to begin with, you can now start doing at a significantly lower point. Okay, and that's the idea behind enterprise legacy. The other thing that legacy gives you, and let me see if I can actually show this part. Let's see if we can go here. Okay, so this is actually the live site. So I'm just going to scroll on here. And you can see enterprise gives you the training strategy signals and downloads. You'll actually download some good things. But you will see in legacy this nice little link over here that says Auto Trader. Now you guys can actually imagine what that means, and you will be fairly accurate in your assessment of what that means. What that means is, once this is fully tested, okay, this is not going to be live on the 1st of February. Completely clear disclaimer on that. We are actually going to roll this out in stages because of the important things involved here. But Auto Trader will basically allow people to look at our signals. Okay, you'll be able to look at the signals, you'll be able to check a box, and you will say, whenever there is a trade for AUD USD or AUD JPY and Euro USD or whatever, you can check a box and say, take those trades for me automatically. And what our system will do is it will go into the broker, it will wait for this price to be hit, and it will take the trade for you automatically. So you don't have to be on a computer at all. It's basically like a system which says, when we find a profitable product, we will go and find the profit margin on it and list it for you and sell it for you and ship it for you and just put the money in your bank account. So it's kind of like that. So that will be something else that will also be available in legacy that we're currently in the testing phase for. So those will be the differences between these three levels. Okay. And there's questions that I'm going to try and go through. Okay, if we are options affiliates and we are DST affiliates, will our downline members of DST automatically linked to our as a referrals for options? Yes, they will automatically be credited to you as your referrals. So you don't have to worry about it. Like I said, they're integrated together. Okay, are you limited to the number of signals you receive per level? Okay, there is actually not a hard uh, not a hard number on the signals that you will receive. Sorry, I was trying to answer two questions together. Um, the number of signals that you receive is actually determined by market conditions. Okay, this is not a system which is about let's see how many signals we can get you. This is a service about let's see how successfully we can send you signals that are actually going to make money. Okay, it is not a system that is designed to give you 100 trades and say, look, we sent you 100 signals, therefore we're awesome. No, this is more about, we filtered out 99 signals because they were bad. Here is the one signal that was good. So that's the way that we operate. That's our philosophy behind this. Typically, you should expect anywhere between 10 to 25 trades in a day. Okay. If you're at enterprise level, then those daily trades, the market trades, you can have anywhere from 5 to 7 of those trades. And the long-term trades that you get from being in legacy, maybe 5 to 7 a week. Okay, and that's how that would go. Okay, Clinton, 80% payout is awful. Most traders pay out 100% less, 995 fee. What am I missing? Clinton, you are thinking of a different type of trading. You are not thinking of binary options. In binary options, actually 70 to 80% payout is the standard. There is no fee per trade. And you can actually get in, there's no leveraged assets. You actually just get in on a 1:1 leverage in that regard. And it's just a totally different instrument. It's not the same as the type of trading you're thinking of. We have a lot of accounts in all sorts of trading, so I know why you're confused a little bit about it, but this is different. Is your position in the matrix determined by when you join up for DST or when you signed up for Options Domination? Well, it'll be determined by when you joined in DST. Okay. When you first had an account in DS Domination, that first account will give you the ability to have your position in Options Domination. You actually cannot create a new account in Options. You will simply be reactivating the account that you have in DST over here. That's all it is. So up until the 1st of February midnight, nobody else can actually create an account in Options Domination. This is only for DS members. This is only as was promised. We're giving all of you, basically we're giving you the chance to have a head start and do better than everybody else. That's exactly what it is. So that would be the same. Oh, sorry, I almost forgot this question. Can the signals be sent to your phone? Okay, so we actually have a phone app made as well because we have looked into sending the signals by SMS. And the problem is there are actually quite a few different issues with sending it on SMS. One is the fact that we are not entirely reliable all the time, but we actually have an app. You will be able to download the app onto your smartphones, and you will receive signals onto your phone directly from there. Okay. Oh, here you go. When your credit card gets declined, okay, and the other thing is, to clarify this, you are not required to maintain your position in options and DS domination. I want to clarify that these are two separate things. You can have separate streams running at the same time. Okay, you don't have to be an active member in DS domination to be an option, and you don't have to be an active options member to be in DS domination. But for this very first placement, before we actually make options domination live for everybody else, that's the early time where your DS domination position actually matters. And of course, going forward, it's going to matter because if you have DSP membership, we know statistically you're going to make a lot more money just because you will have access to all of this. Okay, and if you're an affiliate, then you will also have access to this. So, but keep in mind, I mean, we're not saying that perpetually from this moment on you have to be a member of both of our companies. Now, what we're saying is for this very first placement, as a thanks and to fulfill the promise that we have made to our DS domination members, we will be importing them in first, giving them the head start over everybody else in activating positions and options. This is only for currently active DSD members. Okay, so that's current only. Okay, it doesn't follow up in the future. if I signed up in November 2013, I'll be pretty high up in the, yeah, you'll be pretty high up in the first matrix. But I want to clarify something else to you guys too. Although you clearly get an advantage by being one of the first people to join DST, do not despair if you're a newer member, because this system is not designed to be a, oh, you got in at the ground floor, buddy, you get the money. That's not what this is. The reason why I had this whole idea about the M2 and M3 put in here is to make sure that this is a timeless system. It doesn't matter when you actually get in here, you will still be ahead. The biggest benefit you get as an active DST member is this. You get to be in here, okay, on the 2nd of February. If you're an active DST member, and let's say that, just throwing a number out there, let's say 10,000 members who are currently active in DST, go ahead and activate an option, okay? Purely just making it up right now. So let's say 10,000 people are in here. There's 10,000 positions filled in a matrix. Okay, the last portion of the matrix, the number 10,000, let's say he's somewhere way down here, okay? This is the number 10,000. Okay, usually this guy is doomed, or gal is doomed in a typical network marketing company or a matrix company or whatever, what have you, whatever it is. They're doomed because, I mean, they're at the bottom. There's nothing you can do. But on the 2nd of February, what happens is all the members in DS Domination who were inactive in DST, okay, who let's say are, purely giving you an example, let's say there are 100,000 more members, they get the information that their accounts in Options Domination are now available for them to activate, okay, which to them is a head start above everybody else in the rest of the world, okay. So now all of the DST members, so we basically have a marketing campaign that goes out to 100,000 more members to make sure that this person is not the last person here. But let's say, okay, and this is something that nobody ever talks about, okay, everybody's like, oh, we have this marketing campaign and we're going to take over the world. No, you're not. I mean, marketing campaigns fail sometimes. What happens if we fail utterly and nobody has ever joined? Let's say this last guy, 10,000, is he doomed forever? No, he's not, because he is number 1 in M2. So he's actually going to make a pretty good affair. And then what about the guys right here in the middle? They are neither on the top here, neither on the top here. What happens to them? Oh, they are in the top in M3. And what about the people who are not in the top anywhere in M1, 2, or 3? Right? Because you cannot create a system that gives out more money than you put in. Okay? That's called the Fed. And that joke might get me in trouble with anybody who's here from the government. But what happens to all of those people is this whole roll-up system that I was talking about earlier, this thing here, makes sure that even they have some income. So, as opposed to every other system that relies on constantly getting new people in, okay, and you can use many different adjectives instead of new people, you can tell them a bit derogatory simply because that's what they think of them as. These are new targets for us to bring into the company so that we can keep paying our top guys, okay? As opposed to that, in this system, if we get to 10,000 members and never grow again, and we just maintain at 10,000 members forever, we will still have extremely successful customer bases, even if we don't have new people coming in, because of the way the whole system is structured, and because this is going on, plus trading is going on, plus e-commerce is going on. So this is, by and large, a system that is independent of new recruits. Okay, so keeping all of those things in mind, we're just letting you know that you do not have to worry about those things as much, about how long do I keep my DST spot active, what benefit do I get from that, do I have to do it perpetually? No, you don't have to do it perpetually. But basically, these would work together really well and benefit you in the long run. Okay? Will you release a sales video to sign up your people? Yes, we actually already have a sales video, and I dare say it is a really, really good sales video. Okay? Do we deposit our money in DST option directly with the broker? You will deposit your money directly with the broker, not with us. Okay? You will actually be depositing the money with a broker. What is the price to become an affiliate? It's the exact same price as DS Domination. It's $9.95 a month. It's the exact same reasoning as before. It gives a legal distinction between our customers and our affiliates. It also, we do not, as opposed to every other company out there, we do not pass the payment gateway costs and the payment processing costs on to you. Okay? That $9.95 just satisfies all those costs. What broker are we using? We will actually have multiple brokers available in here. Okay? This is not going to be limited to one. but I will actually go over details of the type of brokers that are out there, which will hopefully give you guys a little bit of perspective on how much we've gone through to try and deal with this. And when you buy legacy, does it cover the first levels? Yes, it does. Okay, so if you have legacy, you already have these two as well. If you have enterprise, you already have this as well. If you have inheritance, then you have just this. Okay, but you at a given point in time, you only have one active membership. And we did this after looking at the customer feedback about, we really try to build an incremental system. And this is also an incremental system. But in DST, we had Pro and then Elite and then Unleashed and then Monopoly and then Genesis and then Supremacy that builds up and works Genesis together with Elite people. And what basically ends up happening is that people say, I have too many products to keep a track of, too many different billings to keep a track of, which, we, I think, managed okay. But we look at that and we go, you know what, you really don't need to do that because we can just compress it down and put it all together. Instead of having 3 or 4 or 5 active subscriptions, you can have just one active subscription and that covers everything. Okay, so it makes it a lot neater system for everybody. Will the people outside of USA have any difficulty? Actually, here is a little bit of a turnaround. This is almost easier for people outside of the US to do because of the legal environment here, but also because a lot of our trading signals are going to be coming to you based on GMT, based on the London exchange time. So actually, some of you who are in the Europe region will be very, very comfortable. And you're going to get signals like throughout the day at different times, so you don't actually have to dedicate a fixed time, except when we do trading sessions, when we actually have a trader on here who will do the trading live in front of you and you can follow along if you like what they're doing. But in general, there is no problem here for international people whatsoever. Will this webinar be available again? Yes, this webinar will be recorded and put in the members area and in DST, so everybody who's an active DST member will be able to see this and go with that. What do we have to activate in DST to qualify for options? You have to have at least an active pro. That's basically what we need. What if we already have accounts set up with brokers? If you already have accounts set up with brokers, you can still trade. We don't ever say, oh, you have an account with somebody else already. We won't give you our signals. No, you can just go ahead and use our signals and trade however you want. There is no restriction there. However, this then won't apply because these risk-free trades and the cashback and all of this, and I mean, I'm being extremely transparent about it. All of this is based on the generosity of the company owner, of Jason Rose, basically going, oh, don't worry about us making a bunch of money. Instead, turn around and instead of giving us huge commissions, turn most of this commission into benefits for our members. That's why you have this. But if you already have accounts with traders and you're already trading, then you don't need the risk-free side, right? Because this risk-free stuff is really designed for new members who have never traded before. They're like, I don't even know what this thing is. I've never done this before. How do I know this is actually going to work? This is more to help them have a level of confidence. It's like how eBay gives away free listings. They're like 50 free listings. They do that because somebody who has never listed before on eBay, they're like, we want you to list. But somebody who has 5,000 listings on eBay, that is not the person eBay is targeting. eBay is not going to that person going, listen, I'm going to give you 50 free listings. It's for new people who have never done this before. So it's the exact same idea. You'll be surprised at how many similarities there are in how all businesses function, including this one, and how all of these have analogous situations in other businesses as well. Can we recruit DST customers during the soft launch? Who can they get? If they have a DS domination account, then they will have an options domination account and they can reactivate that account. Okay. If I pay for legacy, do I get enterprise? Yes, you do. To sign up is minimum 500 plus 49. No, that is incorrect, actually, Natasha. The $49.95 a month. Okay, let me make sure that you see that this is per month. This is the cost for options domination platform, which is training, indicators, signals, and access to these special leads. Okay, that's what the $49.95 a month is for. the $500 or $1,000 or 5,000 or 50,000, whatever it is, that is your personal trading thing. That is not related to us. Okay, that is you deciding how much you're going to devote towards that. Again, you pay $20 a month for informational software on how to sell, how to drop ship from Amazon to eBay, for example, and from other sources as well. But now, how many listings you actually make and how many products you actually sell and how many hours you actually put towards that is entirely up to you, right? That's entirely your prerogative and that's entirely your doing. It is not, it has nothing to do with us. Now, this is the same thing over here. $49.95 a month is the inheritance cost, and that's just the cost to us for the information and the signals and so on and so forth. If you go out there and look at the cost of signals alone in the real world, it's way more expensive than this. So this is a very legitimate low cost for you guys. And all of this really gets converted into matrix and affiliate commissions and sent out you back into the company. Okay? This $1,000 or $500 is what you do with the broker. It has nothing to do with us. You're never putting this money into options domination. You don't need this money before you sign up. You don't need this money after you sign up. It's only if you decide to trade that you need that. Okay? So hopefully that's very clear. What payment processing will you be using for paying out? It will be GPG, the same one that we have in DS domination, so all of you will be familiar with that already. Okay. Are the risk-free trades every month or just once? They're just once. Like I said, they're only in the beginning to help you understand what you're doing and get you going. If you're in inheritance and want to upgrade to enterprise, do you just pay the difference? Technically, yes, because really enterprise is $100 plus $49.95 a month, right? That's the way to look at it. So when you buy enterprise, you already get full access to inheritance in there. So I hope that part is clear. Will you have a demo account and option? Yes, we actually show you how to have a demo account that you can trade on without risking real money. Do we earn from the monthly fee of our customers? Yes, you do, Donna. You actually earn unilevel commissions over here as well, like I mentioned right here. So if you refer somebody who is a legacy member, then you would earn roughly $40 a month for having referred them. Okay. So can we join right now and we don't have to deposit my funds with the broker at this time? That is absolutely correct. You can join options domination and not have to deposit with the person at this moment. That is absolutely right. Are the brokers you'll be using regulated? Actually, we don't force you into any broker at all. We will show you what different types of brokers there are. Actually, I'll go over that right now because this is a very interesting side of things. So in binary options, there are different types of brokers. Okay, there are three basic types of brokers. The first is what we call a bucket shop, and the bucket shop operates on a very simple principle, which is profit equals net loss. Okay, which basically means that when a trader loses money on their platform trading, that money goes into the pocket of the broker. So the broker wants you to actively lose money so they can make more money. Okay, that's a pretty horrible way to do business, as you can imagine. It'd be like eBay saying, we hope that you never sell your items, because when you don't sell items, you make more money. You'll be like, I don't want to sell on the side, right? It's the same thing with these bucket shops. And unfortunately, there are plenty of them out there, and some of them are very popular, and we steer clear of them. We don't want to work with them whatsoever. Okay. The other type of broker is called an insured broker. Okay, the insured brokers basically buy insurance at major exchanges for their options that they are selling, okay, in these binary options. If you don't understand the technicality, that's okay. But I know that there's a subset of members on here right now who know something about this industry, and they'll have this question. The insured brokers don't make money when they don't lose any money from you winning. Okay, so they don't care that you're winning, and they don't lose money when you lose because they're insured. They make some money when you win, and they make a tiny bit of money when you lose. Okay, but they're not actively looking to have you lose. Okay, so these guys are all right to work with. Then there's a third type, which is very rare. The third type basically pre-purchases options and has a liquidity provider. Okay, and this liquidity provider could be a major bank, it could be a major exchange, it could be a middleman who functions between the bank and the exchange. And they actually make money when you win as well. They actually make money, more money when you win, and they don't make a whole lot of money when you lose. Okay, those are very rare, and those are obviously the best ones to work with, right? Um, these are basically what happens with the types of brokers there are. Now, within this, there can be brokers that are regulated, brokers that are not regulated. In the US, there is only one US regulated broker, which is Nadex, which is very different. It's not as straightforward and simple as some of the other platforms are. But you have the complete option to work with Nadex, especially the end of the day trades. You can still do that stuff with Nadex. There are others out there which are regulated under CySec, which is the Cyprus in Europe. It's regulated under them. And there are others which are not yet regulated under CySec, but they are under the process of regulation, stuff like that. Those are the different categories. But I think the category of regulated versus unregulated is very misleading. Okay, it's like asking, are you a Fannie Mae regulated lender? And yeah, you could be, but you could have been totally scamming people with subprime loans, right? So there is that facet where sometimes just looking at the label of is this person regulated or not is not sufficient. You actually have to look at behind the scenes what's happening, what's really going on. And that's when you can make the more adequate decision of which company to work with. So we actually do all of this looking into for you. We actually interview them, discuss them, see what's doing. And that's when we're able to decide whom we're going to work with. So the brokers we recommend have already we've gone through this stuff with them. Okay? And so you're basically safer working with us. All right. Can we pay for OD with commissions from DST? No, you cannot. You can pay for OD continuously with the commissions from within Options Domination, but they're going to be standalone systems, and there's a money laundering issue as well, so we always have to make sure to keep the system separate. Are the inheritance, enterprise, and legacy members all in the same company force matrix? Yes, they're all in the same company force matrix, and you can actually earn different levels on them in the matrix. So when you have inheritance level members in your matrix, you're earning $1 per month per person. But when they are at a high level, at the enterprise level, then you earn $3 per month on them. And when they are on legacy level, then you are earning $8 per month. Okay, so you can actually earn a lot more because you have higher level members under you, and you can either qualify for these higher commissions from Matrix by being on a higher level yourself, which gives you sufficient personal volume, or by being an affiliate and referring sufficient users. If you don't want to buy the product, you can still qualify for that the other way. And all of these details are going to be in our official compensation plan document. We also have a compensation video that goes through all of this stuff. The hardest thing, personally at least for me, with Options Domination's compensation side is that it's complicated. And it's very difficult sometimes, not difficult, but it's tedious to explain every single detail of it. But that's exactly why it is so awesome as well. Because it is so complicated, because of these complexities, it allows us to create a system that is rewarding to everybody. And that's just what happened there. Is Legacy $3.99 a month option? Yes, that is Legacy. Do we open the broker account with 200 or 500? I see you recommend 500 to start trading. Yes, I recommend you should start with 500. You can start accounts for lower than that, but in general, you should start with at least 500. That's just my view on it. And we actually go over that in the training and explain that. Is Enterprise 149, 100, one time? No, all three levels are the fixed price per month. Okay, that's what monthly is. That's it. Where are the money? Where's the profits from trading and Matrix stored? How do we get access to it? Okay, so the money that you make from trading, okay, I'll write it out separately so it's cleaner. Okay, so you have your trading here. When you trade, the money is made on your broker, and the profits are in your broker account, and you basically withdraw the money from the broker to your bank account. Same way that when you sell on eBay, the money goes into your PayPal account. not into your DST account, and then you withdraw from PayPal to your bank account. Okay, and then you go from the broker to your bank account. When you make money from the matrix or from the affiliate side, so matrix or affiliate, then you actually receive the funds from here, go into your options domination account, and also your cashback. When you first create your accounts with the trader, with the brokers, the cashback from that also goes into your options domination account, and then you withdraw that to your GPG account, just like with DST, and then you withdraw that to your bank account. Okay, so they are two separate things. Can you withdraw money at any time, and how long does it take? Okay, with the brokers, you can withdraw money at any time. Yes. With our system, it works exactly like DST. The money goes into your pending balance, and then from pending balance, it moves to your approved balance. And once it's your approved balance, you can move it out anytime you want to your GPG account. Okay, so it's the exact same way that we do it in GPG. Do you have to create a new GPG account? Yes, you do have to create a new GPG account. You cannot use the same one that you had in DST because they have to be separate. What is a GPG account? GPG is just a company in the middle. I think it's called Global Payment Gateway. And it's just a middleman company where we can send the funds to, and then they send your commissions and other things like that to you. So think of them like a PayPal in some ways. You receive money into your PayPal account, right? And then you move it from your PayPal account to your bank account. It's the same thing with GPG. You will receive the money from your options domination account to your GPG account, and then you will move from there into your company. How many people do I have to refer for the captive renewal? Actually, just one. You don't have to refer a whole lot of people. How long does it take for funds to move from pending to approved? 30 days. It's just a 30-day hold, just like is a standard, to make sure there is no fraud, there is no chargeback, stuff like that. Is there an OD opportunity video done yet? Yes, there is a very nice video done, actually. I kind of want to play it for you guys, but it will be hard to play. Well, yes, you will have a video, just not until after the 1st of February. Okay? Until the 1st of February, this is only for DST people. Is it okay to have two brokerage accounts? Yeah, you actually may recommend that you have at least two accounts. We'll show you why and how. And you can have as many as 10 brokerage accounts. There is actually no restriction or limitation on it at all. So if you lose a risk-free trade, the money goes into your options domination account, not back into no. The money will actually go into your broker account. Okay, so if you took a trade for $50 that you lost, instead of your balance saying 950, your balance will say 1,000. Okay, as if you never lost it. Are there going to be documents needed to withdraw? Yeah, you will just need to show proof of residence, like just that you are the person you say you are. You need to show that you actually have something that shows your name and your address on it, and you need to show an ID, which is very standard for any kind of withdrawals, and that's pretty much it. When can inactive DST members join options domination? Starting the 2nd of February. Until then, it's for the active members only. But if you become an active member in DST, then you'll be able to get it earlier. Can we go sign up now in the option domination members area? No, Michael, you'll have to wait until the 26th of January. That's why I said 26th of January to the 2nd of February. That gives you right about 1 week. Can I make money by just paying my monthly fees without trading while I build up enough cash for a deposit trade? Yes, actually you can. If you're referring members, then you definitely can. In some rare cases, you might be able to do it with the matrix, but I wouldn't bank on that. Okay, that's a possibility, but by no means is that a guarantee or even close to one. But yeah, if you were an affiliate and you didn't want to trade yet, you could refer people into options and still make a lot of money in there. In fact, I know for a fact there are going to be members in here who will not be doing trading. They just want to make money from the affiliate side of things. It's totally fine. There are people like that in DST who don't want to do e-commerce side of things. They just want to refer people. Will we be able to join to trade on Monday, or will we wait until February 2nd? That will all happen on the 1st of February. Okay, the 1st of February is when we will make everything live in the back office. Just think of this as a week that has been given to you guys, as your active DSP members, to activate so you can get in a nice position there. Okay? Do you need 30 days to get money from options? How about from broker? You don't need to wait at all to get the money from a broker. Okay, that's just a restriction on moving the money from pending in the options to in the options domination platform. It's just 30 days to move it from pending to approved. So the day you earn it, from that it takes 30 days to move it. That is purely to make sure that there have been no issues with fraud and all that bad stuff. Can you trade with more than $50? Yeah, you can trade with whatever volume you want, but the risk-free trades are specifically for $50 each time. What happens at tax time? At tax time, the government is happy and you're sad. That's what happens. But if you mean what specifically happens, when specifically you would pay tax on profits generated from your trading, just like you pay tax on profits generated from dropshipping, and you would pay tax on income generated from the affiliate side of Options Domination and the Matrix, just like you pay taxes on the income generated from DS Domination and its affiliate side. So that it's very straightforward. It's not that complex. So say we sign up for DST. Of course, this is from Cindy. Yes, Cindy, you're absolutely right. So those of you who sign up way in the back, way back in the beginning, and you have position number 100, and I can tell you you're right around there. You're not too far from 100, I'm sure. You will be at position number 100 or better in options because you will not be susceptible to compression since you will be active in options, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, you will actually have that position, and you will probably have a pretty decent income from the matrix and from the affiliate side of things. Is it a matrix position advantage to buying enterprise or legacy? Yes, there is one benefit in that you qualify for the higher earning, like I mentioned earlier. You can qualify for the extra $3 a month and $8 a month that you can earn on other enterprise and legacy members that are in your matrix, regardless of who referred them. You can also get there by being an affiliate. You don't actually have to buy it necessarily because we believe that's the fair way to do it, and it's also a legal way of doing it. Anybody who forces you to buy a product so you can earn commissions is actually not right. But that is how you can go about it. Okay, so there is a benefit to it, also in the matrix. But I don't like to talk about it as much because I don't want people to feel like that. If you were inactive for a while and then reactivated, which timestamp do you use in options? It will be the timestamp of the account in DST when it was first created. So if you were inactive for a while and then you reactivated your same DST account, not created a new account, then you'll be totally fine. It will be the same old account. Will GPG allow you to create new accounts? Yes, GPG will allow you to create new accounts. One cool thing I want to point out here is that a lot of the questions that are like, oh, will this be okay? How will GPG work, or how will this happen? We already have a lot of this done, figured out, thought through, and so on. Because we have had practice run with DS Domination, which is one of the largest companies there is right now in this space. So we actually have been able to figure out a lot of this stuff beforehand. We have a lot of the legal approval beforehand. We already have all of our GPG things lined up and in order beforehand and stuff like that. So don't worry about too many things there. Yes, GPG will allow you to create two accounts. You don't have to worry about it. It will show up in your account just like it does with DSP. After signing up, how soon will you begin receiving signals? You begin receiving signals basically immediately. On 1st of February. Starting 1st of February, if you create an account, you'll get signals starting that day. In order to see affiliate commissions, DST options, you have the option. You have to own the products yourself. Okay. The answer is yes and no. If you own the products, then you can immediately, it's like again with DST, it's the same thing as in DST. Okay? In DST, you can earn commission on a product as long as you referred a sufficient number of users at that level. Okay? It's the same thing here. You can earn commission on the product by referring sufficient number of users. But as an affiliate on matrix commissions, because matrix commissions are only for customers. Okay? So matrix commission is a customer compensation plan. Affiliate side of compensation plan is the matching bonuses, is the direct referral bonus, and the roll-up commission. Okay, so those two are separate things. When are we able to access a practice account? Again, 1st of February, everything will be there. Will the options matrix and affiliate checks vary each month because of the matrix filling? Yes, they will vary every single month. That is one of the exciting things about this, especially for members, especially for customers, because every single month, it's not set in stone that you're going to make $10 or you're going to make $20. You could actually, depending on how things go and where you're flipped and where you end up in the matrix and so on, you could have a month where you make $10 and another month where you make $5,000. That's very, very possible. That can happen. Also, because of the affiliate checks will be different because they are based on the matching commissions, right? So the matching bonuses will be different each time. And the other reason why those can be different is because there's compression. Every single month, 4 times a month, there's going to be compression. Did you say the sign-up information will come in the form of it? Yes, there will be an email that will come out, and we will also hold a webinar on Monday, okay? Because Monday is when you are all going to get started on this. You're all going to start getting in there, taking your positions. So we're going to hold another webinar on Monday, and we're going to send you an email explaining a lot of this, so you can actually go ahead and do that, because there are a lot of people who weren't able to get off the webinar today because, you know, the webinar was falling. When is the cutoff for inactive members to get in? There is no cutoff for an inactive member. Anybody can get in whenever. There is no restriction on time. The question is, what kind of a position will you have in the matrix? If you're an active member and you get in now, then you will be in a very good position. If you're an inactive member, you won't be in as good a position, but you'll still be better than everybody else instead. This is like winning the Super Bowl. Actually, I would argue it is a lot better than winning the Super Bowl, because then nobody accuses you of having deflated balls and whatnot. Do you have to pay for one of the levels to be making money in the matrix if you decide not to trade yet? Yeah, to be in the matrix, you have to be a customer. And to be a customer, you actually have to be a customer, which means you actually have to be a paying member. So, can I get somebody to join options without them getting pro? After the 2nd of February, yes. I mean, after the 1st of February midnight, which is the 2nd February onwards, yes. Anybody can join then. But until then, it is only for DST members. Do I pay a separate affiliate fee for OD since I paid already for DST? Yes, because this is a separate company and the affiliate commission is completely separate. They have totally different things. No, you only pay. Okay, so John, to clarify, the $9.95 is across the board. You just pay $9.95 a month to be an affiliate. You don't pay $9.95 a month plus $49.95 plus $9.95 for legacy. You only pay $9.95 for being an affiliate of everything in options, not for just one product at a time. And this is where questions are being asked, Joe. So that's right. This is where it is. Does it matter how early I sign up during the sign up window? No, it doesn't matter how early you sign up because your position will be based upon your position in DST. So if you signed up way in the beginning of DST domination, it doesn't matter if you activate that account on the 26th or on the 28th or on the 29th. You will still get that same position. We pay the $49 a month if you want to just start with the matrix and not with the training. Yes, you can start with the trading whenever you want with it. I'm sorry, there's way too many questions there. What is the minimum broker deposit? The minimum at brokers varies from 200 to 250 and so on. But I highly suggest that if you don't have $500 to at least begin, that you don't start with that, especially because we can't negotiate really good returns for you at a lower price anyway. Plus, you want to be able to risk. When you're trading, you'll be risking anywhere from 1% to 5% of your account per trade. Okay, smaller accounts will be risking close to 5%. Bigger accounts will be risking close to 1% because of the difference in sizes of trades. If you only have $200 to get started, and you basically the only thing you can risk then for 5% is going to be, you're going to risk minimum $10. So it's not worth it at that point. I mean, it's too little for you to actually start at that point. It's far better for you to begin at 500 or so, even if you only trade with $200 out of that. But at $500, you have the liquidity for one, but second, you have the risk-free trades from us, you have the cash back. I mean, it just makes way more sense to start at that. When do we find out our position in the matrix? Well, you will see your position in the matrix. There's going to be a matrix estimation visible to you starting the 1st of February, because that's when the first compression will happen, and then it will tell you this is where you are in the entire system. Who will be subject to compression? Anybody who is a free account, who is an unpaid account in options domination, or somebody in the future, for example, somebody had an account and then they canceled their account or their billing failed or things like that. That's when they will be compressed out. Okay, what happens at banks? Oh, yeah, I already answered that one. Is this webinar going to be in the back office? Yes, it will be in the back office. How do you create a GPG account? You fill out a form in the back office and you can see that. Okay. Better to join at first level or at the second level? Join at the first level, understand the whole concept, do some trading, see how everything works, and then move on to enterprise. It's the exact same answer that we always give for DST. Start at Pro, understand the whole system, then move to Elite. It's the same thing. How often do we get paid in the matrix? You get paid every month. I'm an affiliate in DST, but not Pro. Can I join OD with just being an affiliate? No, currently it is only for active customers. Okay, so it's about customers. You have invented a new space. I would say more that we have carved out a much needed section within an existing space. But creating a new space sounds very exciting. It sounds like quantum physics. So I like that set. Does the amount of risk-free trades increase with the more you deposit? Yes, but it's at fixed thresholds. So, for example, at 1,000, you receive certain benefits from us, and going to 1,500 won't necessarily improve those benefits. So we actually give you thresholds where we say, okay, this month, 500 is one threshold, the next threshold is 1,000, the next threshold is 2,500, the next threshold is 5,000, things like that. So we'll show you those thresholds to see when it's actually beneficial for you to move up and when it's not. Do we have to buy a plan to activate the matrix when we register for first spot in January 26? Yes, you actually have to. You have to become a customer, which means you actually have to buy something. Let's say that I was selling ladders, okay, and I said, come to real Home Depot and become a customer of our ladders. You would not say, does it count if I come to Home Depot and just look at your ladder? No, you actually have to be an owner of the ladder, which means you have to buy the ladder. So it's the exact same idea. Okay? So if I buy the $149 a month, I could make money just for being a member up to $900 a month. Yes, that is correct. But I don't want to give you the impression that, oh, look, you're all going to get magic money, because there is no such thing as a system where you put in X dollars and then you get out Y dollars where Y is greater than X. That doesn't exist. Okay, that cannot happen. So it is true that there will be members that you will put in, you will join, and you will pay $149 a month, and then that month you will end up making $400 or $600 or $200 or in some cases $10. Okay, so that can happen, but I don't want to give you the impression that, hey, everybody just sign up and wait for the magic money to arrive in your back office, because that doesn't happen. That's not real. Anybody who gives you that kind of an idea, even, and a lot of people like to market like that. They will market with the spillover industry does this all the time. Hey guys, join up in my company and you're gonna get spillover from me and you're gonna wake up to billions of dollars. No, you're not. That just cannot happen. It just is mathematically impossible. It's a mathematical impossibility that has led us to the fiat currency scenario that we are in today. So just, while that's true and it is possible, and I absolutely want you to know that it is going to happen with a lot of members, and it is going to happen with every member if they're going to make at least something, do not get the impression, do not think that you're becoming a member to make money from the matrix. You're becoming a member to be a trader. Just like we don't say join DS Domination because you can make money referring others. We say join DS Domination so you can make money using our system with the information from Roger and the software from me. You can combine those two, and you can actually generate a decent income from your e-commerce activities. The same way here, you can use the generosity of Jason Rose and the system that's back here with the industry that is binary options to start generating some income from trading. Okay, matrices and all that stuff is just fun little bonuses, and it'll be very exciting, but just don't think of that as free money. Okay, I'm sorry if it seems like I'm like pushing that point too much. I'm pushing that too much because this industry thrives on people giving others false dreams and false expectations, and I don't want to do that to anybody. Okay, so anyways, so to clarify, is February 1 or February 2 the official date? Okay, February 1 midnight is when this goes from being just for DSP members to being for everybody in the whole world. Okay, so that's the difference between February 1 and February 2nd. So February 2nd at 12:01 a.m., it is available to everybody in the world. I'm an affiliate in DST, but don't have Pro or anything else. Can I just join with that? No. This is, like I said, for customers. So you will want to activate at least something as a customer there so you can have a matrix position. Okay. So just I want to make sure that is clear. Just to clarify, you can't get the $399 level without owning $149. No, that is false. You can just go ahead and get $399 level, and that is everything. It already includes $149 and $49 levels. So you don't need to have all the levels. You can just buy the $399. That gets you everything. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see that it's not nearly as expensive as you think, because it includes the $149 and $49 level stuff already. What if I never recruited anyone in DST, but I joined DST 2 days after the launch to benefit from DS options matrix payout? Absolutely you do. Yes, this is actually most beneficial for members like you who joined us way in the back, who have been doing way at the back. Who says that? Way back in time, and you have been actively doing e-commerce. You've been a customer of ours, okay? Not an affiliate. You've been a customer of ours. You would benefit tremendously from this because you would be imported in as a customer of Options Domination, which is a matrix system, and that's the benefit of that. What is compression? Compression is where we take people who are no longer active and we remove them from the system and push them to the bottom so that all of your matrices are full of paying members. Okay, here's what that means. Let's say, imagine a matrix that's like this, okay? Now, if in this matrix, right now, these are all full positions, okay? So you have, basically over here, 9 and 3, right? So this is you, okay? This is you. That's a pretty nice hairstyle right there, too. So if you are watching, then you have a great hairstyle. But this is you, and you have 12 people under you right now in this particular matrix. Okay, now imagine though that this person was no longer paying. Okay, this person billing had failed. This person had canceled, And this person never actually paid for their account. It just was imported with all the DST members. And same thing happened with this person. And this person has now made $1 million in trading and they don't want to be a member anymore. Okay, just making up stuff here. But you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 places, spots, which are actually empty, which do not earn anything. So even though you, in this case, would have 12 people in your matrix, you would only make $7. Okay, I mean, these are all 49 a month level. Okay, that's quite a shame, right? It's like, why would you do that to me? You know, and no paid members can take these places because they're occupied by these people. So what happens is every month, 4 times in the month, we take these people and we tell them, listen, you are inactive. What are you doing? Either activate your account or you will be compressed out. And if they do not activate their accounts, then we take these people and we move them to the bottom of the matrix. Okay? So these spots now become open and all of these people move up. So this person moves up to here and this person moves up to here and so on and so forth. Okay? This basically makes sure that these 12 places are actually occupied by paying members and not by free spots, which in turn makes sure that you're actually making the $12 a month minimum as the matrix plan states. You know, other companies usually love having these kind of empty spots there because empty spots means breakage, and breakage means more money in the pocket of the company. They would typically pay $12 here. They're only paying $7. The other $5 goes in their pocket. Okay? Now again, this is only possible due to generosity of this person that I keep mentioning, Jason Rose, because he is okay with saying, no, we don't want the $5 in our pocket, we want the $5 in our customers' pockets. So that's what we're doing. Okay. I was given a very easy job. I was told, go ahead and make a compensation plan where everybody benefits except for the company owner. That's incredibly easy to do because you suddenly don't have to worry about how is the company going to make an incredible profit. So there is enough money the company makes off of this that is very easy to keep them running. But and they obviously have all these sources of income going in and whatnot. But in reality, this system is designed for the end user. It is not designed for the company, and that's why you see all of these ideas like compression that happens all the time. Now, there's a very nice side effect of this compression, which is called fear of loss. And some of you guys have heard that. It's a marketing term. Fear of loss means that every single week when compression is about to happen, what do you think happens to these guys? They suddenly get notified that, look, we are about to compress you out, activate your account. So if some of them were just lazy and forgot about their membership, they will activate their accounts. If somebody's purely just greedy, they'll go, I don't want to lose this income below me in the matrix. I want to make sure it's active. That's not really greedy, but they're business minded about it. They say, okay, I want to activate this spot. But what happens after compression is the people are now at the bottom. And now they suddenly realize, hey, if I activate myself now, there's a possibility I'll end up towards the top of matrix 2. So it's amazing because it causes this fear of loss right in the beginning, of the compression. And then after the compression, there's this hope of opportunity, which is, oh, I could be making a lot more money by activating my account now. So this works in a very neat fashion, and we will see this play out because of the level of marketing that's possible here for affiliates and the natural marketing that happens by human psychology. It's going to be very strong. Okay. Is Jason Rose the owner of DST also? Yes, Jason Rose is one of the owners of DS Domination as well. But he is a very humble, wonderful person, so he likes to kind of stay in the background a little bit. Actually, if you go to DS Domination's site, you can get more details on him. Where is this man hiding from the world? Okay, that's him right there. And those are his children. This is an older picture. He has 6 kids in all. So you can read about him over here, but he's the sole owner in Options Domination, and he is one of the co-owners in DS Domination. Okay, when will this recording be available in the back office? It will be available by tomorrow morning. Is $900 a one-time limit, or can they earn every month? That's a monthly limit. You can earn that every single month. Okay. If I refer somebody, can I not earn? Yes, you can. If you're referring members, then you're earning from both places. You're earning from the matrix as well as from the affiliate side. If you're not a customer and you're just referring members, okay, that means you don't have any of the three products. You don't have inheritance. You don't have enterprise, and you don't have. I really like the name monopoly, by the way. And if we had already used it, I would have used it there. But if you have inheritance, enterprise, or legacy, then you're a customer and you earn from the matrix. Okay. If you have affiliate and you're referring members, then you're earning from affiliate. If you have both, you're earning from both. Okay, that's all I meant. You mentioned software. Did you create software that works with MT4? Yes, I did actually create some stuff that works with MT4. We actually have a very cool back testing system where you can even take other strategies and you can test them out and see what the win rates are on those, which is very good for a lot of things out there. A lot of people who like to, sell fake things, which are like, I have an indicator that is 100% successful. No, it is not, because I just back tested it and it is not. We also have some indicators that we provide to you, which run on MT4, and we show you some strategies that run with MT4 as well. We show you some strategies that work with other places too, like NetDania and so on. By and large, though, you will not need that as much because of the signals themselves. But we want to make sure that you're completely well-grounded. It's like how you can do a whole lot with the software in DSD, but you actually need to know what's happening anyway because you are managing your own business. Okay? Between DST and options domination, I'm tingling all over. That can be neuropathy and can be a side effect of some medication you might not be able to check out. But if you are simply referring to your excitement over it, I'm very glad. Is there a benefit for getting legacy now? Yes, you get more signals, but I don't want to talk about the number of signals. You get the strongest signals from us as well. April is continuing. I literally have goosebumps right now. Okay. That could be continuation of neuropathy, and you should check out WebMD. You're clearly online. Could help. What's the phone app called? I cannot tell you yet. Not because I don't know what it is, but I cannot tell you yet because we do not want anybody downloading that app right now or going to the app right now because we only want it to be available after the 1st of February. Okay, so that's the idea. Do you have anything that works with Think or Swim? We do actually have stuff that works with Think or Swim, but that is only in commodity trading, and we are not going to be releasing that in here, okay? Because that does require, from what I've noticed, a trader's eye, if you will. Okay, and what we've developed over there, we've been told it's not going to be something that we want to release in a mass thing like this, because if we do, and a lot of people are using it in commodity side and future side, you can see a lot of slippage in the market. And slippage means it's bad. How far in advance do we get the signals? Actually, I just showed you guys how you would get the signals. You can see the timestamps on these. Sometimes you get them 10 to 12 minutes in advance. Sometimes you get them 15 to 20 minutes in advance. Sometimes you get them an hour in advance. It depends on when the indicators are tripped in our system to see that something is good. What's MT4? MT4 is a platform where people can look at their charts and see, where the price is going and how things are moving and so on. Do you have to be an active affiliate in DS options to get payout from the matrix? No. You do not have to be an active affiliate to get payout from the matrix. You have to be an active customer. Okay, customer equals, sorry, let me write this out. Customer equals matrix income. Affiliate equals referral income plus matching income plus roll-up income. Okay, that's the difference between customers and affiliates. If you are both, that means you are an affiliate who's referring members as well as you are a customer who has one of the three products, then you get this and you get this. But if you are just an affiliate, then you get this. If you're just a customer, then you get this. Okay? Okay, I think we have basically gone over all of the core questions, and we've addressed all the questions. And again, we will do a webinar on Monday as well. Let's try and do questions on Monday that have not been addressed tonight. I don't think there are a lot of questions that we have left out, because there's one more point that I want to get to very quickly. And I don't want to miss that much out on that. So one of the things that we're doing, obviously, this is a really exciting, fun thing for all the members in Options, and it's very exciting for all the affiliates in Options side as well. And obviously, it's very exciting for members and affiliates in DS Domination, because their income is about to go up quite dramatically. So for kind of like not quite the celebration of that, but as a side effect of that, we are also making a new addition to the DS Domination affiliate program. Okay, and I have full intentions of announcing it tonight, and I was going to announce it tonight, but I want to announce it together. Obviously, Kevin and Roger need to be on here, so I'm going to postpone that until Monday. Okay, I will just explain this to you guys, that the way it works is that we will be adding a new ranking system to DS Domination, where you will, if you have referred a certain volume of members and a certain volume of sales overall as an affiliate in the SD, then you will basically get additional rankings, and these rankings will give you a one-time bonus as well as a new additional monthly stipend. Okay, so this is just like a great big thank you on top of everything else. You made the company very successful as being an affiliates. You've basically been responsible for that, and now Options is going to be very successful because of that as well. And so we have decided to add this on. This is not taking anything away from the existing payouts. You will never get anything less because of this. This is just adding on to what is already going on. So I don't want to talk about this too much, because Kevin and Roger are not on here, and I don't think that would be right to go over it without them. And yes, the Options Domination sales video is ready, and we will try and give you a link for that. That is all done, and we actually showed it earlier today. But the reason I don't want to give it out right now is because there's no point to it. You cannot share that with the world at the moment. The world can only sign up starting the 2nd of February. Until then, this is only for DS Domination members. So right now, what we should be doing is, if you're an affiliate, you should be contacting your DS Domination downline, and if you know other members in DS Domination, you should be contacting them and saying, hey, do you understand this? Do you understand what's going on, and do you see why you should be in here? And that's really what you should be doing at this moment. You should really be telling them to reactivate themselves and get benefit of this whole system of having e-commerce side with dropshipping and product sourcing and cashbacks running alongside the binary option and commodity trading and wealth prediction assets, combined with the matrix and the earnings and the affiliate from USD. So that is honestly what you guys should be doing right now. Not as much focusing on trying to get other people in here. And Ganesh, yes, you can do this from India. Like I said, this is actually fairly easy for international members to do. And that's really all there is to it. There are no transaction fees. There is no payment processing extra cost. There is no one-time starter package cost. There is no additional fixed cost or anything like that. The cost that I've just told you is the cost. It's the $49.95 a month. There is no cost. At $149.95, that's the cost. So whatever level you choose, that is the cost. There is nothing else to pay to us whatsoever. The only other cost that you would have is your deposit that you would put at a broker. You do not pay that to us. You just pay that to a broker, and that's all there is to it. Okay, this is a very clean system. It's a very neat system. It is not going to be tens of different products to buy and 15 different things to figure out, and you're not going to find us going, well, you didn't do so well because you didn't have this one thing, and if you had this one special secret, then you would make more. You're not going to get in here and then start getting sales pitches saying, well, if you really want to make money, you want to buy our $5,000 level, because our $5,000 level will give you the special key to the psychology of human brain. And at a $10,000 level, we'll give you the predictor. And at $20,000, you can buy the time machine. It's nothing like that. The cost that you see is the cost that you see is the cost. Okay, that is all. So this has been the longest that I can remember doing the webinar with nobody else on here with me. It is somewhat depressing. I feel like Tom Brady right now, and I mean, it was like a weird joke towards deflated, but I don't know if everybody got that. So now just wait for Monday and go crazy. Monday we will have another webinar where we will actually have Roger and Kevin over here as well, and you guys can be a lot more excited about it. And if you have more questions, in the meantime, talk to your downlines, talk to other members who are in DSD, and then see if they have additional questions in addition to what has already been answered today. And we will address all of those on Monday, okay? And that's all there is to it. I'll one last question, and I will address this quick because this is really nice. The question is, do we get these risk-free trades and all the other bonuses that we mentioned over here? Are these a one-time thing? Like, do I have to put this money in one go? Actually, you don't. You have a whole month. So let's say that you deposited $1,000, or let's say you deposited $500, okay? And you started trading a little bit, and you're like, you know what, this is cool. I want to go up. And you put in a $500 more, you will now qualify for $1,000 deposit bonuses. And so you can actually, that's cumulative. So over your first month, you can do that. You can go a whole month and you can have cumulative benefits of that. Okay? So just want to clarify that if you're thinking, oh, I want to start at $1,000 level, but I don't have $1,000, you can start at 500 and add 500 later, and you still qualify for that, but it has to be done within the first month. Okay? That's not our stipulation. That's just the stipulation from the broker. Okay? Joseph, I'm sorry, I don't know which question you're referring to. Okay, if you can please post the question one more time, that will be the last question. And while Joseph is doing that, I will address the thing about my family, what's going on there. We will actually continue treatment, so we are still in the middle of the treatment. We're coming up on the most intense leg of the treatment in the next 2 months. But if all goes well, then in April we should be done. The vast majority of it, and then we will move to more like follow-up and continuous care. But that's kind of what we are looking at. If all goes well, then we should be done towards April answer. Okay, so here's the question from Joseph, which I said I would answer. Will we be required to trade a certain volume, or will there be requirements for withdrawals with the brokers? No, there are no requirements for the withdrawals. If you get in at $500 and the next day you say, you know what, I don't like Hitesh's accent. I want to pull my $500 out. You can do that. If you next day have made $300 and you're now at $800 and you say, I want to pull out all $800 because I want to, go have lunch with Roger and I know I'm going to spend $800 on donuts, you can pull out all $800. Okay, there's a problem there. If you made $1,100 and you're like, I want to buy a ticket to Japan to go meet Kevin, you can pull out the $1,100 and go with the ticket to Japan. And if you get to $5,000 and you're like, I want to withdraw all $5,000 right now so I can send it to Jason so he can feed his 6 kids, you can do that too. You have all the options. Okay, so that was the last question, and we will talk with you all later on Monday, and in the meantime, you can watch this webinar replay in your back office. All right, so everybody have a great night. Thank you for being on here this long and for waiting as long as you did, as I'm not being kicked out of the webinar. We will see you later.